Good morning, this is Zachary from Zachary Sweeps, and I'm doing a Jetmaster today. I swept this a couple of months ago, and the customers called me back saying that they're getting a really bad smell that's coming down from the actual appliance, but they don't use it that often. The customer says we don't use it that often, but we're getting this smell that comes back and it's stinking the whole downstairs out. And basically, it is the classic case of a cold flue which will downdraft. And the problem that they've got is that because they're not using it, and in this weather you've got to be using them. I mean, I'll give you a quick look outside the window. I don't know if you'll be able to, will it focus in on that? Not sure if it will or not. Let's see if I can zoom in. But it is absolutely, there you go, that's better. Look at that. And it's freezing cold, freezing rain and everything. And it's absolute nightmare. So like basically, we all know what the problem is straight away, that because the cold air outside, whether it's the frost, whether it's the rain, it's going to make the chimney very, very cold. And of course, what happens when they're like that, if you've checked out some of my videos about why is my wood burner downdrafting, it's because it's not being used. What really the customer, I've come across it so much this season, more than any other season. You know, I get the odd ones every now and then, but this year, well, this winter season's just been incredible, absolutely incredible, to the point where I've on my YouTube channel I've made loads of videos about all this. So, you know, as soon as the customer rang me, I knew straight away what the problem was, but he wanted it swept again. You know, obviously, you know, it's down to them at the end of the day if they want it to be checked. I've had a look outside. The chimney stack looks high enough. I mean, it's a good 30 feet high, and it's on a small extension at the back. So there's no worries about the air blowing down it. It's just literally that it's cold. So what I've done is I've stuck a brush up there to see what is happening. And basically what I've done, I can open it up now and show you. These are lovely appliances, by the way. As you can see, my rod's there. And it's gone all the way up to the top, and that is how much has come down. And the other thing with this, the other thing I'd say, with these cracks on the side here, don't worry about that. That's fine. That always happens. It's when you put your logs in or whatever, it taps on the side. It can be a hairline fracture. As you, when it's been fitted, there's two cracks there. As long as they slide back into position, they're fine. But as you can see, there's not much soot that's come down at all. And it's got a very small tray. So what they need to do is they need to start using it. And finding a lot of people aren't using their wood burners at the moment. It's really surprising with the energy prices that they are. The other thing that you've got to be careful of with these is these are the new build homes. What they've done is they've put these pipes up there, but they actually go into an 8-inch a clay pot line flue that goes all the way up to the top. So what you've got to be careful is that obviously if you put a 6-inch brush all the way up to the top through that pipe, it'll go really loose after about a metre length of this pipe, and then and you're not cleaning it properly. So you've always got to make sure you put at least an 8-inch brush up there. I'm going to bring it back down now, and then I'll show you what size brush that I've had up there. So I'm just going to put you on pause for a second. Right, I'm going to see if I can do this with one hand. What I've got to just do is make sure that there's no way that it can mark the half. So what I'm going to do is just push this down. So just to show you the size of the brush that needs to come down. In fact, I'm going to put you on pause for a second because it's going to, I'm a bit worried because obviously I don't want to mark anything. Right, here we go. And then look, the size difference. Can you see the size difference to the pipe? You can see the size difference of the brush that I've just put up there to the pipe. It's very important that you do this with these ones. That, in fact, this whole estate has got Jetmasters in, which they are a good make. The old ones were the ones with the I don't know if you've seen them. They were the ones with a metal box, and they just like basically they used to be more of an open fire, but they're the best open fires on the market. But this obviously clearly is a wood burner and everything. But as I said, this goes into an 8-inch clay pot line flue, and they just put the adapters on, and then that's what you've got to remember with these. They're doing it on a lot on new builds now. So, and basically just pop that out like that. See it now. So that's that bit. And then that is what's come down out of the chimney. So you can see that the reason that they're having this issue is it is just because of the wind blowing down into the chimney. When it's cold, it needs more fires. And as I said, I've come across this so much. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how all the baffle plates and everything go back in. But I'm just going to have a quick clean up and a hoover, and then we'll start on that bit. Right, basically these come with 2 baffle plates, and well, there's 3 baffle plates there, but they go into one does one position. As you can, if you look up there, you can see where this bit goes here, and then the back bit, there's a piece for it to go in. And what I find is the best way to do it is, it's a bit dark all of a sudden. Just gonna sort of put that in a position where you can see what I'm actually doing. What you need to do with these is you need to get it under the pipe. Not the pipe, underneath this bit. Let's just try this way. Obviously I've taken one out, but I'm not really able to get this one in without having to take the other one out, because if you put your hand up here, you can feel the bracket where they go, and then you need to just slide it in, which is a nightmare trying to do it with one hand. There you go. What's going on here? Let me just do it with, I'll be back in a sec. As you can see, there's a little bit where it lips into, and then just up here, if I turn it around, might be able to have it so. You can see there, that's where it goes in there as well. And then what you do, put the 2 side ones in like that. There you go, one goes on that side, and then another one goes on that side. Put them in like that. And that's what I mean when I say there's 2 baffle plates that goes in. And then you can see at the moment they're just resting on that one there, but there is another pipe for it to go on. Let's make sure they're clipped in. Like that. And then where's the other pipe? There it is, right in front of my eyes. These have got to go in a certain way as well. Let's see if we can get somewhere. These have got to go in. It's so dark in here. But these have got to go in a certain way, which is pretty self-explanatory. Let me just show you. There is a, can you see there's, let me see if I can see it on the, there we go, there. Can you see there's one right on the end on that side, but there's nothing on the end of that side. So what you're going to do is you've got to make sure that you lift this up, push that bit in first, where the hole is. I'm going to put you on for 1 second, and then I'll go through it with you. I just want to show you that. See that bit there? That's going to hook into the hole that was right at the end. But I can't do it with one hand, so I'll show you where it is. So basically, you'll see in a second. As you can see, that hook's got to go into that position there, and then that way this doesn't move about now. So when I put my logs in, it won't move about. Open that side. And then we'll hook locked in into position. So that's what you got to do. Make sure that that doesn't come out. That one's on the other one. And then there you go. So as long as they don't move around, which that one doesn't, and the front one doesn't. It didn't look properly in place, that back one, but it is now. The other thing about that, because there's bolts inside, always do them hand tight. If you're going to use a spanner, just make it tighter once. But realistically, you don't need to do that. As you can see, they're not going to move. They're not going to go anywhere. So just going to have a bit of a tidy up, and then that's the job's done. As I was saying about these pieces, these fire bricks at the back, they're fine. As long as they're not, there's no major gaps in them. We've got no issues with them whatsoever. So don't worry about them if they crack, because I've said this enough times on my videos that they always crack. It's a common thing. This won't go any tighter, but it's fine as it is. So don't worry about that. Only order them when you can't, when there's big bits, but that's fine as it is. So that's it, all back into position, and there's nothing wrong with that. We'll have another bit of a brush about and a tidy up. As I said, don't worry about the cracks there. You can see they're not an issue. They're only an issue when there's a proper gap in there. But as you can see, there's like a little crack there going along there as well. So that is fine. Some people put a bit of fire cement in there. I tend not to bother, to be fair, because they're fine. I do them with like jigsaws with like 8 or 9 pieces. As long as they all fit back together, you got no issues. You could buy another set, and then you could have problems with it. So that is how you sweep a Jetmaster. And it's also, if you haven't got bird protection on there, which this guy, gentleman has, so he won't have any issues with it. So like if you didn't have any bird protection, you just had a normal sort of Chinaman's hat coming out the top of it, then you might get the odd bird flying down. So if you reverse the video, you'll unscrew the sides. Hopefully whoever's fitted it for you won't have made it too tight. And then after that, what you do is you take the one out the front first, remove them bricks, and then it'll give you access to the one above it. Because how they work is they go up, it goes along like that, up again, and then along like that, and then up again, and then that way, and then into the actual appliance. And that's where you get your heat efficiency from. But these are great little appliances. They're really easy to sweep and everything. The only thing you must realise is that pipe, that 6-inch pipe, is not the diameter of the flue. So that's it. All sorted, and I'll just have to tell the customer he needs to use it more. I can shut the vent down. I noticed it was open, so my recommendation in this kind of weather, I'd keep it on as much as possible. Or if he ever gets that smell again, light a fire. That's the way to do it. Alright, I hope this gives you a bit of information about this appliance. If you've got one of these, you'll know how they work properly, and you'll know how to take the baffle plate out if there's a bird drop down or there's debris, whatever. Alright, have a lovely morning from Zachary Sweet.